this world has been connected. And now darkness within darkness awaits you.
In the end, every heart returns to the darkness whence it came.
My name is Ansem. I reach for the darkness. One who knows nothing can understand.
Good tidings, everybody. Welcome to the Ansem Report podcast. This is season 2 of the longest-running Kingdom Hearts podcast in the world. Episode number 41, by the way. I almost forgot what episode it was. But I am here, Michael SpikeGhetti, with my brother, as always, the very sexual, the very toit, Jason. Hello, Jason.
Hello.
There he is. There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
The greatest Markiplier impersonator I've ever met.
I feel like as soon as I try to say Markiplier, like it falls apart. Like, hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Markiplier. Like it just like it falls. It falls
that's
apart.
good. That was good.
Okay.
No, I disagree. I thought I was talking to Markiplier. That's
okay.
pretty good.
Dude, I swear to God, I've been seeing some like ads where like people are like deep faking his voice for their ad. Like it's like illegal ass ads. I've been seeing that a lot recently.
Like hello, this is Markiplier, and I drink this energy drink.
Or like,
that kind of shit.
or like, yeah. Or play this mobile game. It's really good. It's like, it's like.
Should we do a
horseshit.
AI Markiplier for the Ansem Report?
Yeah, for sure. Check out this podcast.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Anyway, hi, everybody. This is episode 41. I just want to say, first of all, thank you to everybody who came out for our good friends, Water KH and Preferred Whale 6 fundraising event.
It was a banger time.
It was a blast. It was a banger time. I didn't want it to end. I got to be, I want to thank them for letting me be so involved. I was in like 3 events in a row. And
Mike clocked in.
The Game Changers. Yeah, I did for free, by the way. The Game Changers event was fun. It was. I don't get to always see Damo and Tatsu and Bio, so it was nice to hang out with those guys and play a fun little game. Check that out if you guys haven't yet. I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah. If after you listen to this episode, you're like still doing stuff, maybe you're at work or whatever, and you need something to listen to, put on the VOD for the stream, dude. It's really good.
Yep. It was a lot of fun and a great event. They raised a ton of money for them to go to Reconnect. What's up? Sorry, I
Sometimes
have to
you
say
get possessed.
2 quotes of.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I have to say 2 of those quotes from that guy. I can't just say one. And I didn't do it. Hey. I didn't do that one first, so. Now I've done all 3. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And if you guys, speaking of Reconnect, I've seen a lot of people say they got their tickets to Reconnect, which is so cool. I think the SpikeGhetti, the hashtag SpikeGhetti team sweep is going to happen at Reconnect.
That's true.
So many of you guys are like, yo, I'm going to be there. I can't wait to meet you. I'm going to be there. And I think, it's possible that Reconnect just becomes Super Spaghetti Con. Like, honestly, it's possible that we just take the whole event over. So that's how it seems like, man. I mean, it's insane how many people have said they're going and like have bought tickets, dude. Don't you think?
Yeah, dude. I'm so happy, bro. Like, even from like something like more specifically in my life, like I'm probably not going to be in the US next year. So like this is something that is like it just is lining up perfect timing to be able to, you know, meet all the homies before I leave for a year or two or whatever, you know, like I'm so excited, man. And like
dude,
when you go to any of these type of cons or whatever, like I've always thought it'd be cool to like go to Comic-Con. I personally have never been to one, but it's like I'm going with like, you know, whoever you know you travel with is pretty much the only people that you're really gonna know there, right? Like at least that's what I would assume, right? And then imagine, you know, going there and also just having an absolute legion, an absolute squad of homies to just spend the weekend with. It's so exciting, dude.
Yeah, it's like a family reunion for family you've never met before.
That you actually like choose and like.
Which like now that I say that, that sounds absolutely terrifying for me as like a like kind of an introvert type person. But I'm gonna do my best to put that kind of anxiety aside and just have a great time with you guys because I'm really excited. We're definitely doing a karaoke night. I don't know. I want to plan all kinds of stuff. I want to go out. There's gonna be some drinking.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
There's other things that, you know, that I cannot reveal at this point, but let's just say everything at Reconnect is going to turn up SpikeGhetti, okay? So if you the like Jason said, this is like maybe a one-time only deal. He might be leaving the US after this to go live in Japan for a little bit. So you know, if you want to meet Jay, this might be it. I'll still be around, you know.
Yeah.
I'll probably still, you know, lurk at cons and stuff. I don't know. Maybe not without Jason. Maybe I'm retiring too. So maybe this is the only time you guys will be able to see us in person.
Dude, it's okay. Reconnect next year. They just put it in Japan, guys. Like it's fine.
Yeah, easy.
Just make everyone. It's just so much more expensive for no reason.
Right. Well, a good reason because you'll be there.
Yeah, true.
Or by the time, or we host our own event because we've made partner on Twitch and we have to do the parking lot video and we need people to be there.
Okay.
And we got to fly you in.
Wait, like at the parking lot.
At the parking lot.
Yeah, we just parking lot.
Yeah. Hey, it's fine. It's a mall parking lot. It'll be fine. Segueing to something kind of different but kind of related to what Jason's talking about, and so we've been talking a lot about the future of this podcast, so to speak, because obviously, you know, right now in the Kingdom Hearts world, there's not a lot going on.
That's true.
And I know we joke about this all the time, like the drought. Oh, please give me water. I'm so thirsty. But it has really, for me and for Jason, become tough to come up with a weekly podcast about Kingdom Hearts.
At least like in the format that we do it right now, you know, like just this is what we're just going to talk about off the dome, maybe with somebody on, who knows, but you know, like it's definitely hard, especially because it's like and Mike and I were just talking about this. At this point, we're so far removed from anything new having come out that it's like hard for me to keep straight like what is speculated and what is like confirmed at this point. Because like at this point, some of these speculations are like 2-3 years old. You know, like
right.
It's hard to keep it all together. Like at this point in my head, like if you were to like just tell me, yo, Jay, like first answer that comes to your head is Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts. Like currently right now, I'd say yeah, because I'm just like, oh yeah, like that's definitely the foot that was in Kingdom Hearts, you know, the Walker foot, the AT-AT.
We don't even know.
But yeah, it's like hard to keep all that stuff in order just because it's been literally years, dude. Years.
Yeah. So we just said a lot of like scary things to a lot of people without offering any reassurance.
And I want you to know, Mom and Dad, we still love you, you know?
Yeah, this isn't about you. No. So we're going to change the format of the podcast a bit. And what I mean by that is we are going to move to bi-weekly episodes of the Ansem Report podcast for now.
Yes.
And I know it's like, wow, you just took a hiatus. You do that. I get it, guys. I know. But the way I see it is this: Jason and I could come on here every week, and we could talk about whatever. We could talk about Kingdom Hearts. We could talk about the other video games. We could talk about movies. We could talk about whatever we want because we're brothers and we love each other and we love talking to each other about stuff.
Like we could just talk about the Mario movie for the first segment of this podcast. And then do
that
the
was
question
actually
of the
one
week.
of my plans.
and then do the question
That was
of the week.
literally actually
Nothing Kingdom
if
Hearts.
we didn't have this conversation, it was like that's what we were gonna do. Like we were gonna talk about the Mario movie. So here's the deal. That's worked for us to get through this drought for a while. I don't think I know you guys that listen every week love us, and
Yes.
you listen to
and we feel the love.
whatever. Yes, we do. Whatever garbage I'll spill out of my mouth for an hour every week. I know you guys will listen to that and engage with it and go, haha, you guys are so funny or whatever. Or, oh, wow, Mike, you're wrong about this. And you say Nomura wrong or whatever you guys want to say. But that's not us growing as a podcast, right?
Yeah.
It's just not. And I'm not saying like, oh, we're only going to do things that make the algorithm or like that's not what I'm saying. I want to make a better podcast. I want this podcast to continue just to get better.
And just kind of stay true to the fact that it's Kingdom Hearts, you know? Like,
right.
Longest running Kingdom Hearts podcast. Like, we can just talk about Mario.
Right. I don't want to be disingenuous to what we've created here and go, oh, well, this is just, now it's just the SpikeGhetti Bros Report podcast. It's like, no, that's not, I want to continue to do a Kingdom Hearts podcast. But in order to do that properly and in a way that is more, with nothing going on, like, we have to do more planning than what we do. And I can't pump out an episode a week with my job and with everything else I want to do.
Yeah.
And spending time with Tara and my family,
quality, you know,
and have it be good, right? Like
have it not be dog shit, I guess.
Exactly. And like when there's more news, it's I love doing this podcast so much, and when there's things to talk about, it is the easiest thing in the world for me to do, is to sit here for an hour with my brother and say,
about Kingdom Hearts.
Hey, right. Hey, man, yo, this fucking Keyblade, it fucking turned into a whip, and then he smacked, like that shit. I can do that. I could do that twice a week when there's actually things to talk about. Easy, no problem, right?
For sure.
Right now, that's not what I like. I look at creators like Landy, right? And Landy's podcast.
Lodge.
And he doesn't just do Kingdom Hearts. He's Kingdom Hearts centric, but he'll talk about other like Final Fantasy things like that. But he'll just be able to come up with these topics. And I know he puts a lot of work in it. I'm not saying he just does it off the top of his dome.
He clearly has research every time,
He comes up with these topics and is like, hey, like when we were on the podcast, Ased did nothing wrong. It's like I would never in a million years go, oh, let's talk about Ased and how he's actually a good boy. Like I just wouldn't think of that, right? And that's just not the kind of like mind I have. And so like I see people like him do that and I go, man, I wish I could do that. That'd be cool. I can't. Like we have to have a little more planning involved and do a little more. We have some good ideas. I don't really want to talk about what exactly they are, but we also, part of this is we want to make streaming and the podcast kind of live together a little more.
Yeah.
As opposed to, every quarter we do a Ansem Report podcast live. We kind of want, to stream some things that will inform the podcast and like vice versa. And so that's all I'll say about like what our ideas are. We're kind of pretty early on in the infancy of these ideas, but that's all to say that starting today, this is going to be a bi-weekly podcast.
Yeah.
And in 2 weeks from today, you guys will have a new episode. What will it be? I don't know. But we're going to work on creating a bit of a more cohesive podcast than what it is now. And that's, I know, like, that might be scary to some people to hear me say that, because I know what I like about this podcast, and I think what Jay likes, and what a lot of people like about this podcast, is we're just kind of two guys talking about stuff.
Yeah.
That's not going away. Well, like
No.
I've come to the terms with the fact that I'm never the guy to have a complete like script typed out. I'm doing a typing motion like people can see me or something. Have a complete script typed out, and me like read that to you guys. Like I know that's not what we do best. What we do best is being able to take certain like topics and talk about them in a fun and engaging way, right?
Yeah.
So that's not going away.
Definitely more ad lib type of guys too, in general.
Right. We are. We're more improv.
Even when we do
boys,
have like our scripted stuff, it's like the script is never actually followed to a T, you know?
Right. I mean, I've rambled through this conversation already on things I told Jason I wasn't going to say. So, my point is, this podcast, the only thing right now that's changing is that we're doing 2 less a month, and we're going to bring you guys better Kingdom Hearts content.
Yeah, it's gonna be more Kingdom Hearts.
There's no need to be there's no need to be scared of that, right?
Right.
What this is also going to allow us to do is spend more time on some of our other projects that we, like some of the Patreon stuff has been just the Patreon is just rotting from the inside out, and it's completely our fault. And I really appreciate all the people who have still been
just
supporting us. We have
down.
We have an insane amount of Patreon support for how little we do.
Yeah.
And
you guys are nuts.
How
we're
big we are
some
as
people
creators
right now, like, oh shit, did I not cancel that? Fuck, I gotta go cancel that right now.
Right, for sure. I probably am. Our Patreon walks into a bathroom and gets at a urinal, and HMK's Patreon walks in the bathroom and gets at a urinal. And HMK's Patreon's looking over the partition like, God damn, right? He's like, I wish I was that size.
He's checking us out, dude.
He's checking us out like, damn. God gives some people all the gifts, So I really appreciate you guys for what you do, and we're gonna improve that. So that's what this is also gonna allow us to do, is work on some of that other stuff because I love talking about those fucking Marvel movies, and it's been driving me crazy that we haven't gone farther with that because Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out in a week, and we haven't even talked about the first or second one yet, and I want to talk about the third one when I see it because I know I'm gonna either love it or hate it. I don't know, but I still want to. I want to be part of that conversation.
Yeah, it makes it more fun to have like a more informed opinion too. Right.
And I see Mick Unhinged and Tyler and Sean and Shibuya, and I'm like, God damn it, they're already past us, and because we just haven't had time, and this is gonna allow us to have time to do that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that's kind of where we're coming from on that.
And like, this is something that's like definitely more like fluid too. Like, let's say we release this episode, and this could definitely happen because this type of shit always happens where we record a episode.
It's gonna happen,
and then news drops. Like it. I mean, it hasn't happened in a while because we are in Omega drought mode. But like,
right.
It could happen where something drops, and then we're like, hey, for an unknown amount of time, we'll be weekly again.
Right.
Because we actually have shit that we can feel like is quality enough to put on and be talking about Kingdom Hearts, actually, Well, and like the way I foresee it is like, say, for example, we release this episode, and then next week, Nomura goes, Missing Link releases next week, right? Yeah.
We would do an episode next week, but it would be maybe like a shorter episode just talking about that. We wouldn't have like the bells and whistles of the question of the week and the, like that kind of stuff, right? It would just kind of be like an interim episode just to talk about that.
Yeah.
And then we do the episode the next week where we do the question of the week and all the stuff that we were talking about, right? So that's how I foresee it happening. And then obviously when the lead up to Kingdom Hearts 4, you guys are going to be sick of us.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be like, God, will these guys stop making Kingdom Hearts 4 content? Talking about Kingdom Hearts 4. So it's not like it's not even close to a goodbye situation because we are going to be doing this every other week, but it's going to be a shift. And I know you guys, one of the things that makes me the most happy in the world is Friday morning I wake up and I look on like YouTube analytics or like the podcast analytics, and it's like, oh guys, great episode, it always makes my Friday morning to see it in my podcast feed, all the nice things you guys say. And it does suck a little bit that it's going to be less. I get that serotonin less, you know?
Yeah.
Like I gotta wait a whole nother week for that. But
to get the fix.
And I know that's gonna suck for you guys because you guys want to have it in your feed every week. But I think this is going to be good in order for this podcast to grow and get bigger and better and the quality of it to go up. This I think needs to happen.
Yeah, I agree. And it's probably something that we should have done a little bit ago. Because I mean, it's been drought mode.
I'm
for
stubborn.
A minute. Yeah, we want to just try.
I am a stubborn son of a bitch.
To please the fans, to please the people. Between that and then also just some ideas that we have for stream as well will help inform how the podcast is gonna go as well.
For sure.
Because we've been doing the podcast like. Minus the hiatus we just took, right? Like right before then. Even then, I still felt like kind of disconnected from the Kingdom Hearts story because it's just not something that's really been at like the forefront. It's been more like, oh, what do we want to see? Or like speculation and stuff like that. Whereas like literally talking about the story, like I might mix stuff up, you know? And for me, like... It's a very special game in my heart. Like I'm letting my kid down, you know.
Right.
I want to go to more of my kids' basketball games, you know. Like,
so, and to your point about how we probably should have done this sooner. Like I said, I'm stubborn, and I do this at my job too, and I catch myself, and it's like. No, I can do all of this by myself. I just need to work harder and longer. And I don't know if it's just because I'm getting old, but that just doesn't work for me the same way it used to anymore, right? Like, I go, oh, yeah, I just need to work longer and harder. And then I'm like, fuck, I can't. I'm tired. You know what I mean? Like, and so, but I still have, that confidence of me in my early 20s where it's like, oh, I can do all this. And it's like, I've been trying to do, like, all these things. And the only ones that have still been like working with this schedule is the Ansem Report podcast and streaming when we can. Like that, everything else I've tried just doesn't work because I do not have the time to put into it. And so I'm trying to give myself that time in order to make this podcast better for one, and to make all the other stuff work. So that's why we probably should have done it. I mean, honestly, season 1 or season 2. I mean, that's probably when we should have done it. But here we are now. Yeah. So I'm excited. Like I said, it's a little melancholy because, like I said, I want that serotonin every Friday morning. I want you guys to build us up and go, yo, you guys are awesome. But like I said, I think this is gonna make for a better podcast overall.
Yeah. And right. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. You know.
Oh yeah, it sure does. It sure does. Maybe you guys won't be as sick of us, Maybe you'll go, hey, well, wow, wonder what the answer.
Oh man, it's an off week. Oh man.
Oh bummer. So yeah, do you have anything else you want to say about this, Jay? I mean, I think I've said everything that was on my chest about it. I got it off my chest. I don't know why I said chest so many times.
Oh no, yeah, you took enough off your chest for me too, dude. Like I don't,
dude,
I don't know.
I took a big Cleveland steamer on my chest. No, anyway, we're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, we are gonna do the most shitposty question of the week in history.
Probably since episode 69 or something, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, probably since FMK.
Yeah. It's on that level.
This is the most shitposty.
It's on that level.
But we're gonna do that when we come right back.
This is Richard Epcar. Welcome to the Ansem Report podcast. Come to the darkness.
Welcome back to the Ansem Report podcast. Jason.
Huh?
It's time for the question of the week.
Oh, yeah.
It feels good to hear that stinger again. The guests of the last couple weeks have been stealing it.
Right. Oh my God.
I mean, they sounded beautiful, but
let's be
doesn't
real.
have the production.
Yeah, it's not on the same level.
It's
not on the same level. It's not even close. I'm sorry, Whale. I'm sorry, Cheney. Okay? It's just not close. Not even in the same realm. Not even in the same ballpark.
All right, so
I love you both.
This week's question of the week was inspired by Birdo Jester and Cheney, or Cheney. What 3 Kingdom Hearts characters are in your blunt rotation? Happy 420, because this was actually, okay, the podcast wasn't released on 420. It was the day after. But still, you know what I mean. It's 420
Pretty much.
time. So, Crizzleku just says Demix, Dime, and then the leaves emoji.
What?
It's Demix, Dime, leaves emoji. I don't know what that means. Full disclosure, I don't smoke weed, so I have no fucking... if you guys start saying some crazy shit, I don't know what it means. I just want to point that out right now.
Yeah. I also do not smoke weed. So, like, who knows, dude?
Also,
We're
the person who suggested this, Cheney, does not smoke weed. So this was like a weird, quirky thing he did to make this the question of the week.
We're completely qualified to talk about blood rotations.
Right. Emma Luna says Zigbar, Maleficent, and Winnie the Pooh.
Okay, the first 2 are a banger. Winnie the Pooh hogging that shit for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. He would not pass the blunt well. See, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm just gonna say things.
He would
like,
not
I've smoked
pass the
weed before, guys. I've smoked weed before, but I've never. Okay. Here's the distinction.
Yo, deep lore?
I've been at a party and smoked weed, right?
Okay.
I have never paid for weed in my life.
That's kind of.
Is that a fair distinction?
That's kind of giggle Chad.
It's a bit giggle Chad of me. Crizzleku has another answer. This isn't a creative answer, but Hainer, Pence, and Olette in the usual spot.
Yeah, honestly, that's the right answer.
That is the right answer.
In the munchies with them, dude.
Yeah. Maybe we go get pretzels at the beach. Critical Queen says Axel, because he can just light that shit up. Roxas and Demix. This makes sense to me. Honorable mention is Nominee.
Okay. She just start drawing some weird shit and make you forget.
That's true. I feel like don't she draw weed? I feel like she's drawn weed on in her little book.
Yeah, for sure.
I think she has before.
It helps her creative
Maybe
process.
I'm wrong, though. Right. She's like, I'm just gonna draw this weed real quick. Oblivion says, no one's saying Sora, despite this existing, shaking my head, and it's a picture of someone dressed as Sora, sparking up, so to speak, as the kids say.
I need to see this. Normally I don't pull up the question of the week, so I can be surprised. I need to see this. And then there's a chick dressed as Kyrie right behind him.
Yeah.
That's great.
She's obviously already hit the blunt.
She's obviously gone, yeah.
Chris McKay saying everything that I thought. Respectfully, what's a blunt rotation? I'm 27 and not cool. Rogue Toxin, Cult of Pence says Demix, Ansem, Smoker of Doobies, and Best Girl Shion.
Okay. That is a blunt rotation. Like, wow. Like, I can't think of like 3 characters that are like in the main cast that are like that different, you know? Demix, SOD, and Shion. Like, that is a group.
Yeah. That's a group.
That is a group.
Bamboo says Zigbar, Braig, and Luju, and then the alien emoji.
You would hog that shit.
SPCat says Ansem, SOD, Zemnis, and Zigbar. I feel like they would all say some stuff that they think is super existential, but only seems that way because they're high.
Maybe the darkness lies within our hearts because we open the door.
Whoa, man. nice job, SP.
Hits the blunt.
Vetus says, I'm high as balls right now, so let's see. I feel like Axel would pick some banging music to listen to, and Nominee would be fun to draw and zone out with and talk about weird existential memory shit. And then Aqua to be the mom friend and talk us down if we get too high.
Underrated.
Wholesome. Cheery Theoden says, Pence, Demix, and Cheerithy. Pence because he'd be like, let's get to smoking. And I think he'd also have banger snacks.
Yeah.
Demix because you got to have a guy that can be the DJ and keep the vibes up.
Okay.
There's nothing worse than 4 stoners staring into the void in complete silence. Cheerithy for 2 reasons. 1, that little dude probably has all kinds of shit to get off his chest.
Yeah, probably.
So he deserves just to chill out and talk shit. And 2, can you imagine being high as giraffe pussy and petting Cheerithy with its little Cheerithy noises? Just adorable.
I have never heard that phrase in my life. What is this question of the week?
High as giraffe pussy. Love that.
Oh my god.
Next says, as someone who has never smoked and currently can't do my job doing randoms, I have no idea what this means, Sag. Folsy Bear says, I have no idea. I will say Riku just because. Kate's Waterblock says, I don't smoke at all, but in this hypothetical situation, Hainer, Pence, zero question, and Waka.
Yo, smoking with Waka? We're smoking down with
Hey,
Waka?
man.
That kind of, yeah.
Hey, man. Oblivion says, if Aerith counts, then mine is Aerith, Pence, and Sora. Sora probably has never gotten high before, and I need another non-smoker in the circle, so I'm not the only one getting laughed at. True.
Yeah, true.
Stinky Panda says, Kyrie, Brain, and Roxas. I think Kyrie would be a giggly high and would crack up at a lot of random things before passing the fuck out. Brain would do big brain shit and engross Roxas in some batshit crazy conversation that would be entertaining to listen to. Roxas would probably have the coolest music and funniest conversation starters. There would be a moment where all conversation is just kind of faded and we'd all be chilling in silence before Roxas says some random off-the-wall shit like, if you regrow your heart as a nobody, can a nobody have a nobody? And Brain would pop the fuck off and it'd be like, no, wait, because I've been thinking about this. And Kyrie and I will be sitting there like, yeah, ha, 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 ha.
Oh, shit. This is getting too real.
Yeah, I know. Jip214 says, okay, I've been waiting for this question for a minute. My KH Blunt rotation is the Ghost Heartless from Monstro in KH1. He was zooted before he got here.
He is the highest in the room.
Rye, obvious, you know. And Winnie the Pooh. We will start astral projecting after the first hit. Good answers, Jip.
That's a goated reference. Reference.
Lee, a.k.a. Alx, says, Zigbar, Sayax, and Zemnis. They talk about how they're from the moon because Kingdom Hearts is a moon. Zigbar could talk about how he body jumped 3 times and nobody would bat an eye.
Yeah.
And Sayax would say the stupidest things imaginable and Zemnis would believe it.
Yeah, I feel like any type of rotation that has Zigbar or any of his versions, it's probably gonna get real fucking weird, bro.
Yeah.
Like kind of scary.
We have an
weird.
answer from Billy the Kid Lawrence. Question of the week. Exterior, San Francisco, night. Baymax sits atop the San Francisco Bridge with his 2 buddies, Goofy and Orin. Orin takes a puff of the medicinal marijuana blunt provided to him by Baymax. Y'all fellers ever feel like butter melting on top of a warm pile of flapjacks?
Goofy would call it
He
flapjacks.
passes the blunt to Orin. Every day, Goof. Every day. Orin takes a hit. Baymax. I am not a breakfast food. Therefore, I cannot replicate what the precise feelings of butter on top of a pile of flapjacks would be like. I can, however, learn to make them if you'd like. Goofy continues to blaze it up. No, that's okay, feller. Gosh, you're so sophisticated, baby.
This is so cursed, bro.
This is like some cringe fanfic I'm reading right now. I am Baymax, and I am simply programmed to a higher degree of complexity. Oh, gee whiz, baby. I wish I was a personality firmware companionator like you. Goofy passes the blunt to Orin once more, who takes another drag. Correction, I am your personal healthcare companion, Goofy. Oh, you get the point. I just wish I didn't have emotions. I'd rather be dead right now.
No.
This here Mary Jane is the only thing that's made me feel some sort of happy lately.
No.
But even it's starting to wear off.
No.
Hate to break it to you, Goof, but I'm dead myself and I've still got emotions.
No, no.
You can't escape them.
No.
You never will. Precisely. Oren is correct. In studying this vast multiverse after arrival of you and your friends, I too have concluded that in the end, your emotions have the capability of carrying over with your heart upon death.
What?
Thus, the reality is that you will potentially grieve forever.
Oh,
Goofy sighs miserably and looks over the edge of the bridge. All is not lost, however. Perhaps I can put something on for entertainment that may help restore all your spirits and effectively rid you of these negative thoughts. Wait, what is happening? I didn't pre-read this. Goofy begins to cry as he stands up.
What?
Oren, in a Brooklyn accent suddenly for no reason.
What?
Goof, come on now, Goof. Don't be stupid. You've got a kid.
What is happening?
Maxie hates me. I abandoned him for a greedy little duck and a spiky-haired imbecile. All in the name of a narcissistic mouse.
What is happening?
Do not worry, friends. I believe I have just the solution for us all. Baymax provides Goofy with a new blunt. I told you, Bay, this stuff doesn't work for me anymore. If you would please try it, Goofy, it's a new strain I've concocted. I have entitled it The Key Blunt. I believe it may help your spirits and overall mental stability. Goofy reluctantly takes what he thinks is his final smoke. Suddenly, his eyes light up with joy, and internally, the song Walking on Sunshine plays on repeat in his head. He drops the blunt. Oh, yuck. He screams in joy as Oren grabs the key blunt and tokes up on it as well. He begins to hear the same song in his head and feels the same as Goofy does in this moment. Oren, still in a Brooklyn accent. I feel alive again. Hot damn, yes, I feel alive again, Goof. Yahoo! The two share a very extended happy dance sequence to the song they both hear together as they forget all their problems. Then Oren and Goofy, as they cry happy tears, both embrace Baymax in a group hug. I believe the key blunt has satisfied your care, but let's not us forget tonight's entertainment, just in case. Baymax's chest becomes a television screen.
I think I'm high.
Oh boy, he's doing the fat white Teletubby thing. Oren in the Brooklyn accent still. Wow, what do you got for us, Bay? Oh God. On screen appears a lovely woman of whom Goofy is familiar with. It is Aqua, who is minding her own business, looking beautiful, and polishing her keyblade.
Oh no.
Baymax resides peacefully with his two friends who are in awe of the program they are now watching as they just stare and watch her polish her keyblade. While they remain high off of the key blunt, we pan up to the night sky from the bridge as a piano cover of Walking on Sunshine plays, and all three in unison say, Mommy. We cut elsewhere to Max Goof training himself in the art of the sword alone in the woods. Max cuts off the head of a mannequin that looks like Goofy and smiles. Max Goof will return.
I don't want to be in this blunt rotation anymore.
No. Neither do I. Fuck.
I'm shook. I feel like I just had a bad trip. I had a bad trip, guys. What the fuck was in that key blunt?
I don't know, dude.
We've gone too far. I blame Cheney, dude.
I thought he was going to have Goofy jump off the bridge, though. I was going to be upset if Goofy jumped off the bridge.
Yeah.
Artziki says, weird first question of the week to answer here, but Zemnis would totally be one. He has the vibe. Second must be Goofy. That would be some really funny shit to see. Third one is Aqua. That girl needs a break after all that. But I must admit, this is a really odd trio to hang out with. Yeah, it's true. But, hey. It is what it is. Zathamir says, I'd go with Axel, Demix, and Luxord. They seem like they could be a chill hang. Also, Axel could keep it lit, Demix could play some tunes, and Luxord could make a game out of passing it around.
I feel like Luxord is like an underrated, like, he probably smokes down a lot. You know, like, I feel like Luxord, he knows a thing or two about blunt rotations.
Cheese and Quacker says, this question of the week is questionable. No pun intended. LMFAO. I feel like it was intended. Don't you feel like that pun was definitely intended?
Wait, what? That was the most intended pun I've ever read in my life.
Cheese and Quackers, that was intended. But I've never smoked before, so I don't know. Maybe Master of Masters, so he reveals his secrets to me. Smart. That
That is not a blunt rotation I want to be in, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that is like...
That's true.
Give yourself schizophrenia 101, you know? Like, just absolutely ruin your mental health.
Chene says, I submitted this and I don't even smoke weed, but happy 420 anyway, LMAO. Demic seems chill, Vexen is chill, and I want to see Larxene chill. I'd be there just for the drama, to be honest.
I wonder what Larxene would be like when she's high, you know? Like, does she actually chill the fuck out, or is she still just on edge? Like, does she get paranoid?
I think she'd just do her, like, Japanese voice actress laugh.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Angel says, Demix, Axel, and Zigbar, if we're talking, like, OG organization days off smoking kind of vibe. In general, fuck it. I think Terra, Ermod, and Scold would be a funny trio.
How the fuck Scold getting put in a blunt rotation, bro? Come on now. Come on now, bro.
Jay, this is our fault.
It is.
Yeah. We gotta take credit for that. Egg_AFK says, are you allowed to give marijuana to minors? If yes, then the answer is an easy Pete, Pence, and Olette. Sorry to Hainer. If no, then Pete, Vexen, and Old Man Xehanort, assuming he doesn't try to kill someone. Sorry to women.
Okay.
It's about time Egg of Dog apologized to women. It's about time.
He hasn't apologized enough.
Yeah. FF Master 99 says, Pence, Yen Sid, and Zemnis are a nightmare blunt rotation. Pence is going to be talking about sleuthing and solving some mysteries.
Oh, shit.
Yen Sid would be giving the brooms free will and then killing them immediately.
Oh, my God.
Zemnis would probably get sad and start talking about nothingness and how his life is worthless. This image is unrelated to my answer, but it's the most insane fan art I think I've ever seen. And there's a picture of Sora, Kairi, and Riku smoking blunts, and they have a Koei and Cambria poster in their bedroom, which is pretty cool.
A friend with weed is a friend indeed. A fucking Death Note poster, Coheed and Cambria. I don't know what this fucking
It's
cat
Mighty Mashin
is.
Emo Rangers.
And then, yeah, and then
the cat flipping.
emo emo Power Rangers. What the fuck is this?
I don't know, but it is a pretty. I like the Koei and Cambria poster because that seems like the only poster that's not just like made up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess
I
the
feel
Death
like
Note
I feel
one.
like that Death Note one is probably real.
Yeah. Gavin Dotson says, most certainly would have to be Yen Sid, Merlin, and Master Ericus. I'm trying to get wise, man.
Oh shit, that's
true.
scary, bro. I feel like Merlin
That's
would
true.
accidentally flash his dick at you because he's definitely commando under that shit.
Well, and I think Ericus would like accidentally want to like think you're full of darkness and want to kill you.
Yeah, probably.
And Yen Sid, a night with Yen Sid ain't just stopping at weed.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. That's what I was gonna say earlier.
So-
He's definitely trying to get you to do some cocaine too.
Right. Not just trying to get you. You will do the cocaine.
It will float up into your nostril. Like you won't even have to do it.
And then he'll be like, bibbidi bobbidi boo, bitch.
Yeah, you're like, why the fuck are there shrooms up my ass right now?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you're just gone, bro.
You're gonna in Dream Drop Distance when Mickey, like, you know, you have to go into the world of sound and Mickey's just like kind of sitting there conducting like dead.
Yeah.
That's what you will be like after you hang out with the
When
Sid.
he's just sitting there, just his hands going back and forth, conducting,
Yep.
pass the fuck out.
Yeah, passed out. That's gonna be you
That
after a
is
night with
you.
Yen Sid. Wildcat Diana says, so I hate the smell of weed and get
facts.
woozy just being around people that smoke it. So this is 100% hypothetical. But I guess I would share weed with Yozora, Riku, and Saix. They seem like the type and the age that would go for it after a big fight with Xehanort or something. I would also like to say that I hate the smell of weed.
Yeah. Me too.
Like, it drives me crazy when I walk by somebody who just reeks.
Well, like, they have no idea that they do, too.
Right. Like, and
like,
which
I have to
blows
tell
my
them.
mind,
Like my homies at school or work or whatever, like, when I was in high school, I'd be like, yo, you know you smell, like, as if you are holding weed in every pocket, and, like, you might have it on you type shit right now. And they're like, what? No way. And they, like, smell themselves and shit. And you're like, what the fuck? How do you not know?
Right. I know, dude. It drives me crazy because it's like a cloud you'll walk through.
Yeah. And you're like, now I fucking smell like it. Or like
right.
at my, like, anytime I've handled money that smells like weed, like, my hands smell like weed for the rest of the day, bro.
Oh, for sure.
I'm like, oh my God. Like, I go to push up my glasses and I just get a whiff and I'm like, oh, God damn it. I gotta try and wash my hands again.
No, thank you. V adds another comment that, oh my God, Marluxia is also a plant guy. There's no way he doesn't grow any.
He probably has some sick-ass strains of weed.
And then Kerosene says, Sid Highwind first so he can swear about Justin Trudeau. Then he passes it to Yen Sid because what else is he doing the fast time in his tower?
Yeah.
Than the blaze harder than Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
Then he passes it to Jiminy Cricket so that way he becomes too high. So you can leave his useless ass in that tower with Yen Sid. Hell yeah. Good ending.
The idea
Good
of
ending,
just
Kerosene.
like Jiminy Cricket having to open his entire fucking mouth, like unhinge his jaw to hit a blunt, it kind of goes hard.
Yeah, it's kind of hype, honestly. Actually, why don't you give your answer, Jason?
All right, dude. My answer is going to be, I want to be in a blunt rotation with the Cum Guardian. I want to be in a blunt rotation with, I need 3, right? So, yeah. Cum Guardian, the Twilight Thorn, and a Husk. I don't know, just like how the Husk be moving, dude. Like, I might be vibing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. I want to be in with Aqua,
Okay.
Larkseen,
Okay.
and Meg, because I'm not an idiot.
Fact.
Also shout outs to Jafar, who I think would be a good wingman.
Yeah. Dude, I
think he actually would be.
underrated. Genie. Like, definitely
Genie.
underrated.
Genie would be hype,
I kind of
especially Robin Williams Genie.
I kind of want to have Sebastian in my blunt rotation as well.
There you go.
That would just be hype.
No one like really went Disney characters.
No. Also,
like you're telling me Hades wouldn't be good in the blunt rotation?
Also, I want the green fairy.
Specifically her.
Yeah, just her.
I want Jacques, dude.
Yeah.
I already don't understand that motherfucker. When he gets high, woo,
Yeah.
it'll be funny.
Yeah, he well, like, especially in BBS, like, his eyes are just completely wide open. He's already on
Right,
some
dude.
shit, bro. He's already
Yeah, dude. He's the highest in the room.
he got into Cinderella's weed stash, bro.
I can tell you who I don't want to smoke with, and that's the Cheshire Cat. Because
No.
fuck that guy.
No, he'd fuck up the vibe for sure.
And he'd bogart it because he probably needs to smoke so much to get high.
Yeah.
Like no, get that guy out of there.
Also, Joshua's not allowed. Cause fuck Joshua.
He's the type to be way too sober. You know?
Yeah.
Like everybody's high and he's just like, I'm sober. I'm omniscient.
Like, if only I could get high.
Before we move on to what the next question will be, I want to remark that on Spotify, if you're listening on Spotify, you can go down and answer a question, which is normally what do you think of this episode, or a poll if we put a poll up, which we haven't done a poll yet. But Kerosene answered the question with last week's episode, which what do you think about this episode? Said, I'm Kerosene and I laughed so hard when y'all said I worked for Square Enix and I was low-key leaking information. I loved the true skit that was present all over this episode. Dog Street level podcast.
Oh, thank you.
So if you guys do answer that Q&A, I will read it on the episode, and we appreciate any kind of interaction like that. Jason, we gotta plan a question of the week for not next week, but the week after.
I had one earlier when we were just kind of talking. We weren't even recording. I think it might be cool. I don't know. It's kind of Final Fantasy. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, hit me with it. It
was like, so, you know, for those who don't know, FF16, you know, it's coming out soon. It's got some, you know, some action combat in there. What would you want to see, like, one mechanic from Kingdom Hearts be in FF16? You know, whether it's, like, how the shortcut menu works or, you know, lock-on system. Like, anything where you're just like, this thing from Kingdom Hearts, I want it to be in FF16. But, like, specifically, like, a gameplay type of thing, you know? I don't want you to be like, oh, I want Jiminy Cricket to be in it. Because I will ban you.
It's calling it question of the week feels weird, but it's still a question of the week. It's just there's not one every week. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. We will be back in 2 weeks on May 12th. So we will see you guys on May 12th. And at that point, we're probably going to be talking about the charity stream, which is very close at that point.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And among other things. Maybe there's some Kingdom Hearts news between now and then. Maybe there's not.
Probably not.
Anyway, thank you guys. We'll see you in the Discord. We'll see you on stream. Thank you for listening and watching. Jason, hit him with it.
May your hearts be your guiding key.
Thank you.
Now fuck off.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the Ansem Report Podcast, episode number 41 of Season 2, the longest-running Kingdom Hearts podcast. We have a Patreon, which they are the most loyal people I know in the world because we have not been feeding them content, but we will be soon, I promise. I would like to thank them right now with my brother Jason. Jason, you want to help me thank these patrons?
Yes, sir. Famous for nothing.
Billy the Kid Lawrence.
Corinne Berg.
Dr. Lambic.
D.P. Grant.
SPCat.
Iron Aggro.
It's your boy, Woody.
Lisa S.
Mr. Trumpeter 711.
Swarls Barkley.
Zach P.
Pokemon Trainer J.
Elbow Juice.
Panda Love.
Jip 214.
Frank Verg.
Fabio, the iguana.
Unholy Dolphin.
Vetus.
What's up, Carl?
Lands of Masters.
Regular Pat. YT.
Strawberry Mango.
Matt.
Carson.
Librarian Gamer.
Afro-Roxas.
Travis Town Jr.
Chene.
Phil Games.
Dick Butt 23.
Lost Constants.
Thank you, everybody, so much that supports us on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/SuperSpikeGhetti to support us. And I promise, I've said this a million times, but I promise we'll have content soon.
It's a real
especially
promise.
because we're doing this bi-weekly thing. It's a real promise this time.
The other
Unlike the fake
promise.
promises I made before. It's the other promise. Thank you. Dun, 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 dun. All right, bye. So let me tell you how it works a little bit, Jason. Spotify for podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So no matter what your setup is, you can start creating today. I said that funny. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard. Also, did you know they have video podcasts on Spotify?
I need a minute. Why did you say like that?
I don't know. It was definitely a water KH moment.
That was a soundboard like. That was not. Okay. That's a blooper.
I said it. I was like, why did I say that?
Whatever your setup
so
is
funny.
like.
Well, because I didn't read like at first. Like I missed it in the sentence, and then I tried to correct for it.
See, that's why you don't need to say it word for word.